Alright, y'all, so today we got a interesting video that I wanted to react to. I'm gonna get a camera soon, so don't be surprised when you see your boy's face, because I'm not gonna be one of them YouTubers that I'm doing face review. No, I don't really care all too much about that. But we got where should Fortnite go from here? So you already know what Fortnite is, man. Y'all know people played this game so many times, like however. And what, like 2017, I'm tripping. I'm over here just saying however. I'm just saying whatever. Anyway, bro, Fortnite used to be the stuff back then, bro, like for real. But the thing is now, Fortnite is just some dirty slop that nobody wants nothing to do with. Especially, I don't play Fortnite no more, cause of how the game is now. So let's get into this video. Let's see what's talking about. If you haven't, hit the like button, subscribe, man. It helps me out, bro. Please, I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. We have 400. Appreciate y'all boys for that. Enjoy the video. Let's do
Little
this.
free-to-play battle royale has now become one of the biggest IPs in not just gaming, but any media, really. Fortnite, to me, feels like the first live service game to truly win. And this is a hard metric for live services because, by definition, they are indefinite. It's hard to measure that moment where they've officially done it, where they've officially succeeded, because there's always the question of how well they will do in the long term,
Like,
in the
look
future.
at this game
Destiny
now.
2, for example, was a winning live service until one day it wasn't. But Fortnite has conquered so much since its debut in 2017, I think we can comfortably chalk it up to a win. It's had in-game concerts with Travis Scott and Ariana Grande. It's had increasingly complex and cinematic live events.
Oh
It's
my
done
gosh, when the game
crossovers
was
with
actually good.
everything. I won't even attempt to make a list here. It's had over 40 seasons
at it.
of
Look at it
content.
now.
That's right,
Ew.
40. And on top of all of this,
the way they
it's
walk.
developed its
Ugh.
own proprietary programming language
Disgusting,
that
bro,
will
for
soon
real.
allow anyone to make a game out of, even outside of the Fortnite ecosystem. So that's what I mean when I say that Fortnite has won. And this puts the game in a weird place, because what's left to do after you've done everything? What's even more awkward is that players of what's supposed to be Fortnite's flagship mode seem to be less happy than ever. And it's been trending this way for years now. Now, to be
years,
clear,
bro.
this is not a downfall
Like,
of
I'm telling you, bro, like Fortnite has gone through so many changes. It's like, bro, the last time I was on Fortnite, it was probably like last year. Bro, I'm looking at the ranked game modes and I'm barely seeing anybody playing it, bro. I'm like, what is going on with your game? Weapons are terrible. The just all around game is terrible. It's just filled with slop. It's basically turning into Roblox, Fort Blocks. That should be the name, because it's crazy how you go from a battle royale, cool, until this uh collaboration type whatever thing y'all got going on, bro. And OG mode, I thought OG mode was gonna save it for me. It didn't. Because guess what? It didn't have things that it had things that was obviously OG. My biggest problem, my biggest problem is the movement animation. If you don't know what that means, I'm basically saying how the character walks and how the character just, plays. That was the done deal for me. That's why I don't play Fortnite. That's probably the main reason I don't even play Fortnite now. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's because of that reason. And all the other stuff that you just stack on, what they removed, what they didn't bring back, what they just half-ass, it's just like I was done. You feel me? I'm not finna sit up there and keep wasting my time, keep on ranting about it. Nobody hearing it. But that's the reason I don't play Fortnite no more, for real. Cause it's like y'all don't even care about your game mode no more. You don't even care about the number one game mode. Like,
Fortnite
you
video,
got all
although I'm
these
sure that
other
video
game
would do
modes, and
much
it's
better
just
than this one. I think that Epic Games saw massive potential in what Fortnite was.
like, I knew it was cooked when they brought out no builds. I knew it was cooked. People over here complaining because people getting better at the game. It's like, oh brother. And obviously people gonna get better at the game, especially with playing it more and more. That was gonna happen. But Zero Builds came out, and I was just like, oh yeah, it's cooked. It's cooked. Something bad is brewing. Like, something bad is very brewing. And I had this on and off with Fortnite where I would stop playing it to come back, stop playing it, come back. There's nothing that gets me that wants me to come back. Like there's nothing that like grabs my attention to come back to the game no more. Like I really feel like I'm done with the game. Like for real. Like I play other games. I play Madden, a little bit of Madden, MLB, Minecraft, Splatoon, some of those games, but that's pretty much. I don't even play Fortnite no more. Like I don't even think I
Coming
am.
and more or less did a good job capitalizing on it. But it's come at the cost of the very thing that helped them get where they are today. Fortnite Battle Royale. And so we've arrived at the big question. All of that being said, where should Fortnite go from here? Well, I have an answer for you. So if your name is Tim Sweeney, then you're in luck. I have a solution that will solve every major problem that Fortnite has in one fell swoop. It will allow Fortnite to continue to grow and expand the way that it has been, while also revitalizing its main mode. One word, and if you're a follower of this channel, then you know it's one of my favorite words: reboot. I'm telling you, there are very few things in this world that a good reboot can't solve. Now, I'm sure you have many questions, and don't worry, we're gonna get into it. I mean, look at the timeline below. We're just getting started here. But before we get into details, I think it's important that we identify the two main problems that I think Fortnite has right now, and we've already touched on them a little bit. Number one, all of the focus on Fortnite as a platform for other games to be made on, as opposed to a game itself. This is what Epic calls UEFN.
Basically, how Roblox is. Like Roblox, all it is the platform. The creators, the games are from people that make the games. Like Roblox, they don't make no games. The company Roblox don't make none of the games. I believe so. They don't make no games. It's the people that plays on Roblox that makes the game. So yes, it is just a platform for creators or people to make their own games. And that's basically what Fortnite is becoming. And Fortnite should never be like that ever. To be totally honest with you, that's why I said this game's slowly becoming Roblox. You see, uh, brain rot simulate like brain rot tycoon. Like, come on, game. What are we doing, bro?
Or Unreal Engine Fortnite, in case you're
This game's
unaware.
cooked,
Over the years, this has been
bro.
something that Epic has evolved and built upon to the point where today Fortnite feels closer to something like Roblox, and less like a traditional battle royale like PUBG or Apex Legends. Epic has even confirmed that soon the Discover tab, where creator-made games are shown off, will actually take the place of the traditional lobby screen.
Look, that Chameleon game, whatever that game's called, bro. That's in there. All these type of games, bro. It's supposed to be Fortnite, shorty. What are we doing? Like, it's supposed to be Fortnite, gang.
And in my opinion, this is kind of like the last nail in the coffin of the game that Fortnite once was. Really just continuing to emphasize that Fortnite is a platform. And the other main problem is that the Battle Royale mode has been complicated and over-designed by years of updates. Not to mention build mode becoming borderline unplayable because of the way that so many players out there are just insane at it. So let's talk about that second one first, and then we'll circle back to all of the UEFN stuff. As I said, there have been over 40 seasons of Fortnite Battle Royale. So where exactly did they go wrong? I'll actually defend Epic Games here and say that I can't really point to one season or one major decision where things started to get bad. Epic simply continued adding and changing things to keep the game fun and fresh as they should have.
You know, there was a time when in the item shop where there was a timer to where it would show when the item shop changed. They removed that timer. And yes, it seems so small, but it's like, why would you do that? And that, like, I played Fortnite since season 2, gang. I've played Fortnite since season 2 all the way up. I'm seeing things change. I'm seeing things be added. I'm seeing things like, bro, that's not a good change. That's not a good update. I'm literally taking note of all these things. I don't remember now because I don't care. But I remember them, bro. I remember there's some certain changes that happened, I'm like, bro, this game's just getting worse and worse with every update. I'm literally calling it out. Me and my cousin calling it out, gang.
Naturally, over time, that just means that the game is going to become more bloated and convoluted. It's a real Ship of Theseus thing where with every map change, new mechanic, new weapon, the game becomes a little bit less of what it used to be. And then eventually you look at the game and wonder, is this even still the same thing? The one thing I would say has been a clear failure on Epic's part has been how they've handled the building mechanic. This at one time was everything to Fortnite. It was the biggest
Literally.
part of its identity, and also a huge part of
And
what
I,
made the
I
game.
get that people are like sweaty and crazily overly crazy with building, but y'all gotta understand, bro, people are gonna get better at the game. That's going to happen. Like, I promise you, that's going to happen. Where somebody's going to get sweaty and just go crazy. That's going to happen, gang. And I want people to understand that, like, over time with these games, bro, people are gonna get better, regardless if you like it or not, right? So I didn't like them adding the build mode. What I personally wanted them to do was make like a zero turbo build mode, or you feel me, like just to slow everything down, like zero turbo build. Like that would have been good actually to put that, like, for real, zero turbo build. Yeah, like how OG was, you feel me? Because there wasn't no turbo build. I feel like that would have been a good idea. Really, I really feel like it would have been a good idea. Good idea. It would have been a good idea for sure. But just taking it away and kind of just catering to the, like, not all the way catering, but like catering to the people that don't want to play builds because these guys are all sweaty. I don't think builds was the problem. You feel me? I think personally it was just how fast everything was being played. Cause, like, bro, turbo build, bro, you can do anything and everything in just mere seconds, game. So that's why I say just turn off the turbo mode and make that a mode. No turbo build mode. It will fix your problem, and you still have builds. Well, it should fix your problem, but yeah, I really feel like they should not have did zero build. I really feel like that was just another update where I'm just like, oh my gosh.
So ridiculously fun in its early years. But as it turns out, even Epic themselves didn't really understand what they'd created. As time went on, people realized just how much this mechanic could be exploited. Fast forward to now, and building skill is really all that matters. Getting into an engagement means furiously spamming builds and edits until someone
I could get back on Fortnite right now and do this,
or
like,
makes a minor mistake. While I understand
not like how this
dude
is doing it, but I could do this.
Skill, that doesn't mean that the game should be
I got some
in
mechanics.
fact, it's precisely because the game wasn't this way that early on it was able to find so much success. The game had a high skill ceiling.
Bro, the double heavy, oh my gosh. The double heavy was crazy. The double heavy was crazy.
Was understandable and approachable by everyone. Fortnite was the ultimate game for anyone to hop into.
Bro, this
but now
was so
the current
tough.
Is exhausting.
Look at this now, like,
I mean, you have guys like Ninja who refuses to even play build anymore because of how intense the build is.
Oh my goodness.
I'll say that again. Fortnite build mode is too sweaty for a full-time streamer whose legacy was built on playing Fortnite.
Bro, I'm 33 years old. I'm on 40 ping maximum. I'm never going to play builds again. I can't do it. I can't keep up. And
how are you on 40 ping, bro? All that money you got, you can't get good internet? I'm just asking the question, for real, like, for real. But yeah, I really feel like they should not did what's it called, a zero build. They should have just did turn off turbo build mode. Cause we seen how bad it looked when turbo build was turned off. Am I right? So just do a no turbo build mode.
I'm proud of it, bro.
Bro, I've been saying this before. Like, bro, I said this to make like a turbo build mode when the cameras weren't even on. When they came out with zero builds, I was like, why didn't y'all just turn off turbo build and make that a mode?
Instead of addressing all
still got your
directly, Epic Games did two things, neither of which were good in my opinion. First, they added AI bots into the game that would serve as free kills for most players. Notably, this is different from like NPCs or adding some type of PvE into the game. These are AI bots that are meant to look like real players, but are kind of just there to be softballs. And they actually count toward that total player count in each lobby, which is 100. So for every AI bot that's added into a lobby, that means there's one less human player. These are especially prevalent in lobbies for new players, as I'm sure that Epic wants to provide a totally easy and laid-back onboarding experience.
I could see it like that. They want like new players to get, you know, familiar with the game, but I also feel like it's because nobody's playing the damn game mode. Like nobody's playing the regular battle royale game mode. That's another thing too. Like nobody's playing it.
Get that, but make no mistake, in pretty much any match nowadays, there are still way too many AI players. I don't know the exact numbers, but it does feel like the majority of fights you get into will be with AI. And these fights are totally boring and feel completely pointless. This deflates all of the tension that you're supposed to get in a battle royale and has been a plague on the game for years now. The other thing Epic eventually did was add a zero build mode, which was an amazing alternative for most people, but this came with its own set of problems. Fortnite without building, in my opinion, is just bland. Building is the special sauce, and I just mentioned a moment ago that I think it's a major part of Fortnite's identity. This also created a huge rift in the community. There are maybe hundreds of thousands of players out there who now only play zero build, and to them, that's what Fortnite is. Another issue that always comes up when talking about battle royales' slow loss of identity is the art style. Everything from the map to the characters, and even including the game's UI. It used to have personality. It used to have a charming wonkiness to it. The way that bouncy jogging animation had your character moving around, or the way that every door or car looked like it came straight out of a Dr. Seuss book. Over time, all of this charm has been smoothed out. To be fair, I still think the game looks amazing, but it has much less personality. Characters look more and more like real people. Sunsets look more and more like real sunsets. It's not that they look bad, it's that they look bland in comparison. Fortnite used to have a defined style that was unique and beloved, but now it looks more and more generic with each passing day. One last thing I want to mention here is the movement. Since its launch, Fortnite has added sprinting, sliding, mantling, and wall jumping.
And I'll be honest with this movement right over here, ain't that bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not that bad. I could live with this. It's the animation, bro. I don't like walking like my character got a stick up his butt cheeks, gang. I don't want to walk like that. That ruins clips for me. That just ruins the whole thing. Because, bro, I'm supposed to get immersed in this game. And it's like, I'm seeing my character walking around like he's a goofhead. I don't, you feel me? Like, that pisses me off. That's the I'm telling you, you can ask anyone. You can ask my cousin, you can ask my partner, you can ask anybody. They will tell you the reason I'm not playing this boodle ass game is because of this. It's because of that movement animation, not because of this. I like this. This is cool.
Full suite of in-game items that will give you all sorts of movement options.
It's that
now, I never thought I'd be
animation,
saying
bro.
something like this in a video because historically I am very pro fast movement in multiplayer games, but I think these mechanics.
You see this? You see this? You see this? Go back. We're going back. Hold on.
I am very
look at the middle one. Look at the middle one.
Games,
that's what I love to see.
These mechanics have just changed the core gameplay too much. And honestly, it feels like right now we're at the end of a larger movement trend in multiplayer games where for a few years developers have been adding lots of crazy fast movement, but now everyone's kind of sobering up from the adrenaline high it gives you, and we're starting to realize that fast movement doesn't necessarily mean good movement. I could make a whole video on this alone, but the point I'm making is that movement is an art, and simply adding more movement mechanics to speed up the game won't always make it better. So in summary,
that's facts. I feel like Fortnite could have lived without the various movement options that it has, like with tactical sprinting, mantling. I mean, you can't remove it now because people are used to it. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't mind, like, bro, if I were to play Fortnite, I would download them Project Fortnites, bro, and just play, like, the old seasons. Because that's what I did. Like, that's what I've been doing. And that's not what I've been doing, but that's what I did. It's just, like, I just don't feel like playing Fortnite at all. Like, that's it. But I'll go back to one of them Project Fortnites, bro. And I could live there with just walking around and just having that you know.
Royale has been receiving updates for almost 10 years. In its current state, it's bloated with a ton of complicated weapons and items and too many movement mechanics. Build mode is almost unplayable because of so much build spam after a decade of players learning how to do it.
See, that's crazy. Like, I'm telling you, get hit once, you building a whole box in just 2 seconds. But you take away the turbo build mode, you won't be able to do that. That's why you just take the turbo build away and make that a mode. I'm telling you.
And the game lost its charming, wonky visuals after so
I'm
many
telling you,
updates.
bro. If I ran Fortnite, chat. If I ran Fortnite, y'all niggas would love me. I'm telling you right now. If I was in charge, y'all would love me. I promise you.
Graphics and animations. So now let's again talk about my favorite word, reboot. Imagine this. Fortnite Battle Royale Season 1. Only it's a new Season 1 this time. It borrows some valuable lessons learned over the course of the past decade while also resetting the game to a much more simple and understandable state. An entirely new slate of weapons. Literally no weapons from the previous era of Fortnite will be used here. And you might think, well, it's kind of ridiculous to expect them to create that many new weapons. But in this case, it's not. How many weapons and items did the original Fortnite launch with? Because we only need that many. Were they complicated with different mechanics and quirks attached to them? Of course not. So these are simple weapons that need to be made in small quantity. The map obviously will be brand new. We're already accustomed to getting a new map at least once.
I low-key want to download them Project Fortnites now, bro. Ah! I want to download Project Fortnite, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Anyway, but this one will be different.
Hit up Nova,
it will embrace
you
the
feel me?
wonky art style that made the original Chapter 1 map so lovable. It should look like an alternate universe's version of the Chapter 1 map. Same art style and flow, but different map design. Will this map be packed to the brim with points of interest like modern Fortnite maps are? Or will they be few and far in between like the original was? I think you know the answer to this question. This is one of those sneaky little things that, in my opinion, made Fortnite feel like Fortnite. I get that it's tempting to want more POIs on the map at every single turn, but I think the map should ebb and flow more like it did in the old days. It doesn't need to be so dense. So what about the movement? Because we definitely don't want to go all the way back to the dark ages there. Things like sprinting and sliding, I do think should stay. Mantling can stay, but under one condition. The mantle height must be lowered or changed to the point where you can no longer mantle over a built wall. This is another sneaky little thing that really changed the game. Before the advent of the mantle, you had to build your way up with a ramp. You had to engage with what made the game fun and unique. Now you can mantle up over without a second thought. We're taking that out. Wall jumping, yes, we're taking that out too. This isn't Titanfall. And all of those crazy items granting you insane movement, also gone, at least for now.
I love this.
On to maybe the biggest problem to solve here. Building. The question to be answered is, what's the best thing?
Come in.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Recording the video. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready. Probably like 1:15. I'm gonna get ready. Alright.
That you could do to make the game feel the way that it did in, let's say, 2018-ish. Obviously, you can't make it one-to-one because things are just different now. So first, you have to accept that. But what is the best thing that you could actually do? I think there's a few different directions you could go here, but I'm gonna opt for something simple and elegant. A progressive cooldown on placing builds past a certain threshold. I'm sure most people don't want to listen to me get too much into the weeds on this, so I'll explain this as fast as I can. Put plainly, you would be able to place 4 builds down in just as fast succession as you can today. But if you try to place that 5th build down, it will take a moment longer. Let's say a quarter of a second longer. And if you try to place another build down after that, it will take even longer. Now let's say a half a second. The cooldown will continue to get longer and longer until you stop building for some amount of time, at which point the progressive cooldown resets completely. And in my head, I'm imagining a similar system for edits, but they would have their own separate cooldown. So you could spam a few quick edits, but after too many, the progressive cooldown is introduced. I think this is a really good way of preserving the skill gap and the fun that
Yeah,
comes
for
from
sure.
building, while also reintroducing other skills back into the equation. It's no longer about who builds the highest, the fastest. You have to build more tactically. You have to think about things other than editing and resetting and then editing again or whatever. I like to call this idea build fatigue. I realize that it would be pretty controversial among the hardcore players out there, but I'm super interested in hearing what your thoughts are, so let me know down below.
Or you can just make it a mode, but I like that.
And also
I like
hit
that
the
idea.
like button while you're down there. If
Bro,
you're enjoying
I'm a sweaty Fortnite player too. I was a sweaty Fortnite. I could do the mechanics, the edits, all that. I could do that, bro. And I'm okay with that being taken away. Like, I really am. I'll be okay with that. I really would.
video so far. So those are the main selling points of our Fortnite Battle Royale Season 1 reboot. A return to Fortnite's original art style and a slightly modernized version of the original Battle Royale gameplay loop. If you're thinking, how could less weapons, less mechanics, and less POIs be a good thing for the game? Well, let me tell you, sometimes less is more. Each weapon, each mechanic, and POI, it carries more weight and meaning when the game is more lean. This also creates a much better opportunity for new players to jump on the game. I've tried getting some friends to jump into Fortnite with me recently, friends who had never really played before, and it's way more overwhelming than a game like this should be. As I already mentioned, Fortnite didn't get so popular in the first place because it was hard to pick up. It was the opposite. And also, all of this goes without saying that wiping the slate completely clean here leaves room for the game to grow again. Of course, you'd want to avoid bloating the game again over the years, but obviously you will want the game to grow. So we're creating headroom. But let's not forget, all of these issues with Fortnite Battle Royale are only one half of the equation. So it's time to get back to that first problem that we mentioned way back in the beginning of the video. Fortnite as a platform. You actually might have already heard people saying this these past few years, that Fortnite has evolved into so much more than just a battle royale, it's a platform. Well, I'd take this one step even further. Epic Games has announced that moving forward to new versions of Unreal Engine, Verse, their Fortnite-specific programming language, will become standard for Unreal Engine itself. What this basically means is that soon you'll be able to make a game with Fortnite building blocks that exists outside of Fortnite itself. So Fortnite is no longer just a platform even, it's now a game-making language. And to be honest with you, I really don't think this is a bad thing. It sounds like they're making game development easier and more accessible for people out there who want to get into it. Awesome, I like that. But right now, this is coming at the cost of Fortnite Battle Royale. Epic's attention is divided. The Fortnite experience is a mess. The menus are now full of all of these low quality creator made experiences. I guess I shouldn't be too harsh. I'm sure there's lots of really good handcrafted stuff out there, but you have to admit, a lot of this is just slop. And unfortunately, it's what dominates the Fortnite experience nowadays. So how do we solve this problem? I think it's pretty simple. UEFN has already grown so much into its own thing, with plans to become even more of its own thing. And it's so far divorced from the concept of Fortnite Battle Royale at this point. So I say we let these two separate things be two separate things. Epic Games should separate Fortnite Battle Royale from Fortnite, the creator platform. This means that with our Fortnite reboot, Epic would be launching a brand new client that it would be available through. This would specifically be called Fortnite Battle Royale, and here you don't see any creator-made games. You also wouldn't see anything about Fortnite Lego or Fortnite Festival. It is purely a Fortnite Battle Royale experience curated by Epic Games
show y'all my
themselves.
Fortnite account.
Imagine the old Fortnite client experience. Painfully simple and straightforward, right? That's what it will be. You'll be able to queue into Battle Royale, maybe Team Rumble, and whatever Epic-made LTM is available at the time. Quality over quantity. This also opens the door to bringing back the old charming UI without interrupting all that stuff that's happening over on UEFN, because again, that will be its own thing in its own separate client. I see this as an absolute win. I think it allows Fortnite Battle Royale to be its own thing, a traditional live service game, and it can grow and do whatever Epic feels is best for Battle Royale specifically. And on the other side of things, we'll just call this Fortnite Verse for lack of a better name. It can also continue growing into a platform for games made by creators with Fortnite tools. Hell, let it become like the YouTube of games, where creators go and they upload their own games that they've made, and you go there to play and discover a wide variety of things. I mean, that sounds awesome to me as its own thing. And that will let Battle Royale be Epic's premier game built with Fortnite tooling, which is totally separate from the creator platform. And hey, what do you know? With that, we've solved it. So now let's just do a quick FAQ to wrap up the video. Isn't this just Fortnite OG? In a way, yes, I see this as a spiritual successor to OG. OG proved that there is demand for a more straightforward Battle Royale experience, but the problem with OG is that it didn't offer anything new. And after the initial novelty wore off, there wasn't really many reasons to continue playing it. Our Fortnite reboot will feel lean and mean in the same way that OG did, but it will also feel like something that is fresh and brand new. What about Fortnite Zero Build? If it were up to me, Zero Build would land in the Fortnite Verse side of the divorce, meaning that it wouldn't be a part of the new Fortnite Battle Royale client at all. But don't get me wrong, that Zero Build Fortnite experience would still be available in many different forms on Verse. I mean, you could have a Battle Royale mode there, a team deathmatch mode, an extraction shooter mode, whatever you want. That's the beauty of this division that we're creating here. This would definitely cause some outrage, but hey, you can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs. You mentioned that modern Fortnite has too many AI bots. Would those be in the reboot too? The answer is no, and sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier. I did mean to come back around to that, but you know, there's a lot that we're covering here. In our new system, the game would be more approachable like it once was, and therefore the need for these bots would be gone, or at least much, much smaller. And if you're the type of player that just needs these bots in your lobby, which is not a bad thing at all, I'm not trying to shame anyone, then Fortnite Battle Royale is probably just not for you. Battle Royale is supposed to be high stakes. It's supposed to be punishing and stressful. But again, if you want a game mode
when you first played Fortnite, like when I first started off playing Fortnite, bro, it was hard, bro. It was so hard. It took me to season 3 to actually get my first win solos. And the thing, it took me I think season 4 when the sniper only game mode came out. I got my first solo win, bro. My first win was like squads, gang. And that was just like, that was in season 3. And that took so long, bro. It was not easy, bro. The closest I would get was like 3rd or 2nd. And I'll just always die by the last player. And it was like, bro, I would try to get a win, And now it's like, it's easy to get a win, bro. Like, it's too easy to get a win. Like, that's probably because I've gotten better. But no. It's just the stakes aren't high, bro. There's too many bots, bro. The last players are too... I done took care of all the real players. I got bots. It's easy to win. That's why it feels less rewarding to win a game, bro.
It's more laid back with more AI to fight against.
For real.
There will be many things for you over on Fortnite Verse. Okay, but all of this still doesn't solve the larger problem of Battle Royale fatigue. This is true, and there's just not much to be done about it. Some people are over Battle Royales and won't want to jump into another one. That's fine. But I think that the market for a revitalized Fortnite Battle Royale experience is still massive. And it goes without saying that with our reboot, Epic could make some other changes to the BR formula that might get some new people interested. So that does it. I think Fortnite as a concept has grown into something so much bigger than just Battle Royale. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. In fact, it's kind of a good thing because it allows Fortnite as a creator platform to stand up on its own 2 feet, completely separate from Battle Royale. This allows Battle Royale to do a huge reset and refresh. Let it be the live service game that it was meant to be from the beginning, completely separated from all that other stuff. If you like the ideas I've presented in this video, then please hit like, you can comment, share it online, and of course, you can subscribe to the channel.
That's a beautiful video, man. Snitch. I don't know. Right? Is that right? That's a good video, bro. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Tell me in the comments what you think they should bring back to Fortnite to make it better. Uh, yeah, we go on reactions now, bro. I see Nat Casa Nat did real good. I want to see if another one will. I don't know. Most likely not. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, and know that Jesus Christ loves you and He died for your sins. If you accept that into your heart, you will be saved. I will see you guys next time. Peace. Stop recording.